Hey, congratulations.
Thank you. Aren't we lucky? What a special, magical year. We're 25 years old. Woo.
I was I was gonna ask you, like, I mean, how do you feel about that? Like 25 years and people are still talking about We're talking about Farscape.
More than talking gig, they're excited, they're passionate, they're emotionally deeply connected to this beautiful story that still is very alive in so many people's hearts and souls. Like I do Comic Cons almost every weekend in between my graphic novels and my films and my music videos and all around the world. People of all ages are still coming up going, when's it coming back? I haven't watched the last episode because it's not over for us. Like they're excited. They want more. They're so hungry. And I every now and then send a message to Brian and Rock, like, any news? Are we there yet? Can it happen? Please, please, please. So it's pretty magical how far it's reached and how many people it's affected and that they're deeply in love with this beautiful show.
When you basically brought on board to this show, did you know what you were getting into back
No,
then?
no. I'd never seen the show. One thing that was very, very apparent is that it was a Henson show. And when I was a little girl, if anyone knows me, from the Farscape family or my own family or all my friends, I'm completely obsessed with the dark crystals. So when I saw the logo on the audition, the sides, there was like all the stars collided in my ether, and I was like, this has to happen. There's no doubt. When I went into the audition, I walked out. I was like, I mucked it up. I'm never going to hear from him. That's it. Da, 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 da. And then I got a phone call, and I was like, oh my gosh. And one thing led to another, and here we are, 25 years later. And I'd never actually physically seen the show. After about, I think, 3 or 4 auditions and a chemistry read with Ben, they put me into makeup. They showed me the sets. I saw Zan. I saw Aaron. I saw Rigel. And that's when I was like, oh my gosh, this is thrilling, amazing.
I really do have to ask is the movement of your character. How did you come up with that? Or did everyone, gave you their 2 cents to help you with that?
Not at all. The only description is that she was mercurial. You, she was she evil? Was she innocent? She was on the run. She was out of pretty much the whole gang that we met. I think she's the only one running away from home. Everyone was trying to get back home. And she's like, see ya. I wanted to make her a creature. I wanted to be an alien. I wanted to be a Henson character. I didn't want to be a human in alien makeup. So many times I'd watch sci-fis and I couldn't. I was like, you just look like a human with bits stuck on. Like, if you're going to play an alien, play a thrilling alien. Like, get into it. Like, you can create something that none of us have ever seen before. As actors, you're cops and robbers and doctors and lawyers and nurses and whatever, right? You get to be an alien, go for it. So all the movements and everything, I just wanted to be. I would have been even more alien if they let me. Sometimes, like when they paired Dargo and I up, we were practicing intimate scenes, shall we say, just trying to explore different ideas that aliens could get jiggy with it. The director's like, it's too far, guys. Calm down. That doesn't even look anything like that. So, but mostly they let us, really follow our own instincts and really organically come up with our own choices. But yeah, the movements were all from in here, from me.
So it must have been a delight because I want to say your character started off just a recurring character and then it became a series regular and they really fleshed her out significantly
Yeah.
through the years. Yeah.
In the early days, I was, I think, 4 days into it, maybe even 3 or 4 days, and I was sharing a dressing room with Grace because we were both sort of, more day players. And there was a knock on the door, and they brought in a script, And they said, here you are, Miss Edgley. And I was like, oh, they must be rewrites. They went, no, it's for episode 16. I went, no, that's not for me. It must be for Lani. They went, it has your name on it. So, Lani and I sat down on the couch, and I'm fully dressed as Chiana. He's fully in his Grace outfit, and I'm like looking through the pages, and Lani goes, you got a line there. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I called up my agent and I was like, hey, they want me for the next episode. And they went, no, it's just one episode. I said, I'm reading the next script and it's in here. Chiana's got some lines. They're like, oh, crap, better give them a call. So that's how I found out, for the next few episodes. And then the opening credits happened and I saw Chiana sneak into that. And that was the point where I was just, the rest is history, really, isn't it?
Do you miss all that makeup,
Yes.
donning that wig? I mean, that must have been a lot of hours in that chair.
3.5 hours, 5 days a week, usually 16-hour days for over 5.5 years. And I would do it again in a heartbeat. She was so beautiful. She taught me so much about myself. I'm so lucky I had this, like, she gave me so much. I would sit in the chair and be like, hurry up, put her on. She's just beautiful. In the early days, Leslie Vanderbilt, who not that long ago won an Oscar for Mad Max and is an amazing makeup artist. She saw my audition and she saw my face and she went, the idea that she had for Chiana originally was Sokozu in Peacekeeper Wars. So she saved that look and used it later on. But she said, oh, that's not going to work for this actress's face. So she designed Chiana for my audition. And I mean, that within itself is pretty mind-blowing.
Now, your character is so complex, and I love the relationships with Dargo and all the rest of the crew. Were you satisfied with the ending with the Peacekeeper Wars, or you want more?
More, please, sir. May we have some more? More. We've got cut way too short. I'm the biggest, even the fans know that I'm the biggest fan. I am, and I have to try and keep my cool and focus on my other productions and my other works and stuff like that. Because if I didn't, I'd be texting Rock and Brian constantly, like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Go away, sheesh. I love Farscape. It was cut way too short. When they picked up season 4, they said season 5 was a done deal. So you invest in that emotionally and metaphysically and spiritually and everything. You just plan for another 2 years. And plus it was like the longest running show. It's very rare to be on such a long running show. So you're a family and so many long hours and so many intense days and nights, and you're in with each other. You exist in that universe with each other. So it was very devastating when it was pulled, for sure. And I was very grateful that Peacekeeper Wars happened, but I felt like we definitely needed more, and we still do.
Well said. Well said. Well, you know what, Gigi, it's great to meet you. My name is Gig, and I always tell people that if I ever have a daughter, I would name her Gigi myself. But sometimes I got an email this morning that they misspelled my name as Gigi instead of Gig. So
Maybe my email's going to you. Sorry about that.
right. But it's a pleasure speaking to you, and hopefully we'll do this much sooner than waiting every 25 years.
Yeah, that would be nice. Have a good day.
You too.